And welcome back to Union City Football Field in Union City, Indiana. It's Friday Night Lights. We're getting ready to get the second half underway. Had a wonderful senior night. Hard to see these kids go after knowing them for the last 3 or 4 years. So congratulations to all the fall sport athletes in senior night. Hopefully you got a good catch of that at halftime. And we're getting ready to start this second half where Union City Indians finds themselves down 3 touchdowns, 18-0. So hopefully we'll see a different Indian team when they come back here on the field. Because senior night homecoming is the one you want to definitely try to win. So the Indians got a lot of ground to make up, and they will receive the second half kickoff as Northeastern received the opening kickoff. So just like that, Hunter's going to be able to bring the Indians down. Let's see what Coach Malloy, what kind of adjustments the coaching staff has made, and see if they can get the Indians back into this game, because first half was clearly, if there's anything you're going to say about the Northeastern Knights, Terrell running a great, Carson Terrell quarterback, running a great offensive series the first half, and it's been pretty much Isaacs all on the ground. Can't say enough about that young man. He is really eating up yardage against this Indian defense, and he's been eating up in between the tackles. So we mentioned we haven't called Cowper's name tonight. Zarin Can too, haven't called his name tonight. So I expect those two seniors to make a second half more interesting against the Knights. Absolutely, the Indians can play with this team, but they have to stop running back Isaacs if they're going to do that, and they have to start converting on their third downs and anything when they get the ball. They find themselves, they just turn the ball over. There's been one punt tonight by Armin Trout, but other than that, it's been all Northeastern on the ground. So we're getting ready to get underway. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. If you're watching on Facebook Live, shoot us a text. Tell us where you're watching. And yes, I realized that I was calling Brendan Wright, Braxton Wright. Thank you, Miss Wells. So my mistake. Getting those kids all confused. His brother, of course, graduated last year, a great football player himself. But young Brendan Wright's got a good future ahead of him next year, as he'll be a senior. He'll be returning along with Blaine Daniels. But as we mentioned in the first half of the game, Union City is going to be in definitely rebuilding mode, because they are losing a ton of seniors. I think we counted 11 or 12, I believe, and they were all out here on senior night, so it was good to see them. But if you're Coach Malloy, that's going to be a tall order next year to try to rebuild this football team. So hopefully some of these underclassmen step up, and the way it looks once Hunter Reagan vacates, you're going to look at Alex Spence as a sophomore, going to be probably handling the play calling for the next 3 years. So going to be exciting to watch the Indians here after the seniors graduate this year and the next few years to come. So Coach Malloy's a good coach. He's going to get him in great shape after next season, ready for the next fall. But we still got a few games to play yet this season. In the pandemic era that we're in, there's been some shortened schedules. The Indians had a couple games canceled because of the COVID stuff. So feel sorry for the seniors that way, but they got to make the best of it. And all these guys are young men. They'll look positive, and they'll see it as a good time in their lives years down the road. So the Indians are stretching out there. We got about 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. Of course, we want to thank Cardinal Ethanol for being one of our great sponsors and being a big supporter of the KISS program. Jeff Painter and everybody out there at Cardinal want to appreciate your support for the KISS kids and the KISS program. And what can I say about Missy Williams and CM Bales and, of course, Greg Beimer. Thank you so much for their support from the Randolph County Economic Development Corporation in Winchester, Randolph County United. They've been a big supporter for us, and we're able to purchase some great equipment that you're seeing, these crisp images. A broadcast like nothing before when I was in high school. We loved KISS TV and everything, but nothing like what you're seeing now. So we got a great crew tonight. Got Phil Williams on my left running the control room up here in the press box with me. Payne Abel, I ran into him, and he has chosen, his mom just got back from vacation, so Payne just wanted to know if he could just stay down there, and not a problem, wanted to be with his family, so Payne won't join us tonight. But look for Payne to call some games with me in the next couple weeks, the next home game, and I'm sure Payne and I are going to be in the booth at that Winchester game for the last game of the year for the Falcons and the Indians before they go into the playoffs. Good to see some of these kids also that graduated last year. David Bowers, got a word with him. He was a great senior last year, good kid. He's having a good college career. He said he's having a lot of fun, but he said it's a lot of work. So it's nice to see old Bowers down there, and I'm seeing some other faces I haven't seen for about a year. As a senior night always pulls in some folks. So, and the Indians are coming down on the sideline here as we're getting ready to take the field. We're winding down to 30 seconds left to go before the second half of the seniors' last senior night here in a beautiful September, beautiful weather for football. Looking forward to the Big Ten starting to get underway here soon. We're going to start having some more football at the college level as well. NFL's already began their season. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching any of the NFL games, really weird to see nobody in the crowd, but yet you can hear crowd noise being piped in. So that's a little unusual. But either way, glad that football season's underway and that we can get beyond what's going through in America right now. Everybody's doing some social distancing and staying as safe as they can, but the show must go on. So glad that we get to enjoy some football, and hopefully right behind us is going to be basketball season. We're going to look forward to that. And I'm going to be anxious to see these Union City ladies and what Coach Black has to offer this year after, of course, losing some of the senior leadership in Mackenzie Green. But we have a slew of kids returning, so we're going to be really good on the basketball court. It's going to be exciting to watch Mariah Claywell, watch Skylie Lutz, Emily Livingston. Those kids are now juniors, along with Andrea Sanders and Katie Elliott stepping up. All those girls will be here for a couple more years, so it's going to really neat to see what Coach Black has to work with when the girls take the court this season. And hopefully the pandemic doesn't get out of hand to where we can have a basketball season. And we're looking forward to bringing you all the home games at KISS TV, boys and girls. And a shout out to Coach Byram. Can't rule him out as well. It's going to be nice to see the boys and see what they can come up with this year too. And the Indians are set to receive. They'll be going left to right on your FM dial. And Northeastern, a little onside kick, and caught the Indians asleep, and they recovered the onside kick. Just like that, the Indians got caught asleep, and it got 10 yards, and nobody came up. And Northeastern is going to get the ball to open the second half. Looked a lot like the New Orleans Saints against the Indianapolis Colts in the second half of the Super Bowl. Caught them asleep, and Northeastern falls right on the ball. What a great call by Coach Oler and the Northeastern Knights. Boy, that is not how you want to start the second half if you're the Indians. And just like that, the Indians defense are on the field again. I know we mentioned Cowper there at the halftime, and a little discussion here. It went 10 yards. That was an easy recovery. I saw that clear up here. There was an Indian 3 or 4 yards away from the ball.
49-yard line.
What a bad turn of events there on the opening kickoff. Here's Terrell for the Knights. Mikesel in motion. And Mikesel will take the ball off the right end. And it looks like the Indians finally stop him for a loss, but a flag on the play. Let's see what's coming up there. It was in the backfield, so we're calling holding on the Northeastern Knights.
Hunter Clay was on the stop for the Indians.
So that'll be another holding penalty on the Northeastern Knights.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Okay, it looks like we got the ref's mic going, no cutout, but that's a break for the Indians. It moves the Knights backwards, but boy, what a backbreaker to have that opening kickoff, onside kick. Great execution by the Northeastern Knights. They fell right on it, caught the Indians asleep. So we'll see what the Indians can do. They need to stop here. If the Northeastern Knights can eat up some clock and score down again, boy, that's going to be hard for the Indians to get out of that hole, but we're going to try. Here's Terrell. Oh, no, check that. Terrell's not under center. That would be Ashton Martin took the snap. So not Terrell at all, but Ashton Martin's taking the snaps in this second half. Interesting. I wonder see number Terrell on the sidelines. I'm looking for number 7, but clearly Ashton's taking the snaps for the Northeastern Knights now, as again he'll be under center.
Brendan Wright brings up a second down and 32.
So here's Martin, 2nd and 32. Boy, if they get a first down here, what a bad break for the Indians. Oh, another flag. Let's see what's up. A little flag happy now this opening second half. Illegal procedure. So again, the Knights will back
flag
up.
On the play.
Let's hear the call.
Dead ball. False start. Offense. 5 yard.
Nope, it's cutting out again. Apologies, folks. And once again, so it's going to be second in the calendar year here. 32 yards to go for the first down.
Second down and long.
And again, Ashton, I still see number 10, Ashton Martin, doing the call, snapping for the Northeastern Knights. He's under center. Trying to see if I can locate if that's Nope, we have number 4 going around the left end. I haven't called his number yet, and he's finally tackled. Number 4, Trace Ferris.
Trace Ferris on the
He on the carry. So Northeastern doing a pretty good job of using a lot of their players on the ground. That's about the 5th or 6th running back that the Northeastern Knights have used. Clay and Likens make that stop. So still 3rd and forever. Call it 23. Ashton Martin again under center. I have not seen Isaacs. I'm trying to locate. There's Mikesel's motion. Isaacs was behind him, being pursued by Eli Moore. Great, takes the quarterback down, but the Martin did get the pass off, but no gain, a little bit of a loss. It's going to bring out 4th and forever. But great pursuit by Eli Moore coming around that end, chasing the quarterback Martin, 10-10.
Blaine Daniels on the stop brings up a 4th down.
So this is definitely what the Indians need after that muffed opening kickoff there of the onside kick recovery. Ate up about almost 3 minutes of the clock, so kind of like just a series of downs and prevent. So it looks like Northeastern's going to go ahead and punt unless they got some weird surprise they want to go for it in 4th and 30. And ooh, okay, he started running, but he had the kick. He went to kick it, kind of like what the Australian rules football punt kind of thing. You know, run a little bit and scramble, but it looks like another offside or illegal procedure, penalty by Northeastern.
Dead ball. False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Okay, well, that makes it about 4th in a century, so I'm pretty sure they're going to punt this one here.
It remains 4th down.
So Tudor's going to be back for the punting duties. And he kind of gets over the way and does that punt off. Here's Daniels, grabs it. And Daniels gets to about the 39-yard line of the Indians. So that's where the Union City Indians are going to take over. Reagan's going to bring the offense out for the first time in the second half. And the Indians got a lot of ground to make up. They find themselves down 18-0, and Indians have a big goose egg on the board. And I'm sure senior night, you do not want to get shut out senior night. That's not a memory you want to have when you have your reunions and you talk about the last senior night football game when you're all together. Likens flanked out to the left. Looks like Addington and Daniels to the right. Clay right beside Reagan. Here is Reagan from the gun. Motion by Daniels. The grab is to Daniels. Daniels tries to get up, cuts up in the middle, makes something out of nothing. Again, Daniels, the athlete he is, saw an opening and cut back the other way and was able to turn probably about maybe a 1-yard loss into about a 4 or 5 yard gain, making it 2nd and 5 for the Indians. I want to thank everybody for joining and watching. My name is Brian Merrill. With me was Phil Williams. He's running the control center there. He's doing all your switching. And we got a great camera crew tonight. Jordan Walzer, Austin Hummel, Aaron Penny, Christian Cardona is our crew. And nice little slant to Addington. That's the second time they finally did that. I might go that a little bit more. It worked in the first half as it looks like they're going to move the sticks. It's great pass play by Addington from Reagan. And they are moving the sticks. So senior to senior, excellent play by the senior Addington.
Enough for an Indian 1st down.
Here comes Moore in with the call. Jeffries comes out. So again, Malloy still alternating receivers, bringing in the play calls. Reagan still operating from the gun for the most part. Eli Moore flanked off to the left, to the right. Addington to the left. Daniels and Clay are flanking Hunter on each side from the gun. Here's Reagan. He's going to give it to Daniels. Daniels going to try it again. Daniels turns on the wheels. And you can see him churning, and just like that, Daniels gets close to the sticks again. Going to make it about a 3rd and 1, 3rd and short. So that may be what Coach Malloy's looking to do, is get the ball more into Daniels' hands and see what he can do, get around that end. Daniels got some really good speed. Likens brings into play. K.I.S.S under center brings the line up. Likens flanked out to the right. Slots Daniels. Addington's wide left. Clay's next to Reagan. Here's the call. Motion. They give it to Clay. Fake to Likens. Clay around the off tackle. Clay keeps going. He's a short guy. He's going to get there. It's hard to tackle a small guy like that. He disappears through the line. Great play by the senior Clay, and that's just what the Indians need, a good shot in the arm as they continue to move the sticks, and they find themselves finally in reasonably good, let's see, it looks like we're on the Northeastern Knights 27-yard line. So the Indians are looking good this second half, taking it down the field.
First and 10.
Reagan yet to
on the night 27-yard line.
Reagan yet to be under center. And give to Daniels again. Daniels is going to go off that right end. There's a little opening. Nice seal-off block, and Daniels close to the yard marker, gets out of bounds. Looked like it's going to be a 3rd and 1. So great play by the Indians there. If they can just seal off that right end, their left end, I think Daniels can sneak around. We get a couple guys out there, and Daniels in behind him, a couple lead blocks, pull a couple guards, seal off that end. I think Daniels can get into the end zone.
Brings up a 2nd down and 4.
Likens goes wide right. Addington wide right. Likens wide left. Clay and Daniels next to Hunter. Gives to Clay. Clay goes off guard off the left side and looks like he eats up a couple more yards. It's going to make it 3rd and manageable, about a 3rd and 1. So the Indians are on the move. In the red zone, we got a timeout. I believe is that the timeout. Nope, they're going to wind the clock now. Looks like I thought they pointed a timeout to Northeastern. Jacob Jeffries brings in the next call. Indians are driving. So let's see what they can answer to Northeastern this second half and get back into this ball game. Daniels and Clay on each side of Reagan. Reagan looks to pass. Oh, and it's blocked. I don't know, Hunter's got to watch that. Again, he's watching his receiver all the way in. He needs to look off his receiver to freeze the DBs and then get a little bit more separation with his receiver and then get it to him. If the DBs are smart, they're watching Hunter Reagan's eyes and they're knowing right where it's going. Hunter needs to get a couple head fakes in or something, possibly a pump fake, freeze up those DBs and the linebackers, and then see if he can hit a receiver. Indians turnover free tonight. There's been no interceptions or fumbles by the Indians. Here's Reagan. Gives to Daniels again. Daniels tries to get around it right end, cuts up the middle. Sees some opening. Daniels moves the sticks. It looks like that's going to be about a 3rd and 5. I don't think you're in field goal territory now. I think, Coach Malloy, you're 4-down territory from the game on, from this point forward. We're looking at 6:06 left to go in the 3rd quarter. As the clock is winding pretty quick, it's been a pretty quick 3rd quarter. It's been all on the ground. And of course, the opening kickoff of the second half, a onside kick, brilliantly executed by the Northeastern Knights and caught the Indians asleep. Here's Reagan under center for the first time. Pitch out to the Daniels. He's got some daylight. Daniels cutting back in. It looks like he's close to the 1st down marker. Let's see if they give it to him. It's going to be close.
Stopped by Ashton Martin.
And see what to call. I don't see the line, Judge. Nope, they're calling it 4th down. 4th and 1. Interesting call if you're Coach Malloy. Wonder if you try to sneak Hunter in just to dive to get the 1st down, or you're going to give it to Clay. Interesting call here, and this is a big call if you're the Indians, even though we're 5:18 in the 3rd. You got to get something on the board, and I think this will be a big shot in the arm if the Indians can continue to move these chains. So let's see what's up. Gives it to Daniels. Daniels just needs to see daylight. Daniels got more. Daniels keeps going. Is he in? He keeps fighting. They're trying to stand him up. Great play by Daniels, bringing it inside the 5s. Union City Indians are going to have a 1st and goal from the 3 of Northeastern.
Indian 1st down.
Great execution there by the whole Indians team there. The offensive line opened up a hole for Daniels to get just enough. Almost got in the end zone, but Northeastern Knights, great defense by standing him up and preventing them from getting into the end zone. But the Indians are threatening with 4:49 left to go in the 3rd.
First and goal for the Indians on the Knights' 3-yard line.
Let's see what Northeastern can do. See what their goal line defense looks like, because this is the first time the Indians have smelled the end zone in the whole game. High pitch, but Hunter gets it. Nice pitch off to, looks like Daniels, and they stand him right up. So great swarming defense by the Northeastern Knights on that play. So the Indians are going to find themselves 2nd goal from the 3.
No gain on the play.
This is a big down for the Indians. You don't want to find yourself, well, 2nd goal. We got a couple more downs. Likens is going to split out far left, Addington far right. And you have Clay and Daniels. It gives to Clay. Clay tries to knife in there. Did he get in? Is he in?
That's not in.
Stopped at the goal line. So great stand. Northeastern says they come up with it. We got a guy running all the way to the other end, but the whistles are blown, so there was a fumble. But lucky for the Indians, they blew it dead because there was nobody within 40 yards of the Northeastern Knight going the other way. So big break for the Indians as they find themselves 3rd and goal on the 3. Big, big play here for the Indians. If they can't get it in, then they find themselves 4th and goal.
2-yard line.
2 down territory to get it in. Reagan's going to be under center this time. Let's see if Reagan tries to sneak off one side of the guard. Here's Reagan. Nope. Pitches over to Daniels. Daniels cuts back. Looks like they got him on the legs, and that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. If you're Coach Malloy, what do? The confidence of the Knights have not been able, preventing from the Indians from getting into the end zone.
They better get a touchdown.
So this is going to be a heartbreaker too if the Indians cannot punch this in. Northeastern with a great stand on these last 3 downs. Indians got 1 more down to try to put it in the end zone. Might be a smart to call possibly a timeout here perhaps if you're Coach Malloy. Might want to say, but Coach is talking to Reagan right now. The play clock is stopped at 25. What do you got here? Is there a timeout on the field? Okay. Word has it maybe an injury on the field, but there's a stop in the action right now. Number 14 was heading out there. I don't have him on the roster, but he was heading out and they pulled him back, so apparently everything's okay. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be it. This has got to be essential for the Indians to get this in. Let's see what Malloy has. Reagan under center. Checks out the defense. Here's the snap. Reagan fakes it over. He rolls out right. Nice play call. Oh, and he drops it. Oh, no. Clay had enough on it. Had his hands on it. Great play call. Nice fake dive, and then Hunter rolls out right. But incomplete pass, looking for Clay into the end zone. Just out of the hands of Clay. That's one I'm sure that the senior would like to have back. And just like that, Northeastern's going to take over on downs and finding themselves deep in their own territory, starting from the 3.
2-yard line.
Bad break for the Indians there. It's 2:50 left to go in the 3rd. Definitely want to get something on the board if you're one of those seniors. Sevi Benavides comes to the sideline, drops his helmet in disgust. Big backbreaker for the Indians, not being able to punch that one in. So now it's up to the defense. Turnover would be tantamount here to make it happen. So here we go. Let's see what Martin's under center again. So we haven't seen Terrell this second half. So I don't know what's on that. So I see Terrell over on the sidelines there. So maybe he's done for the evening, and we got Martin making the play calling for Northeastern.
Martin on the quarterback sneak.
He sneaks in down in the middle there for a couple yards. Off center. 2:27 left to go in this 3rd quarter as the clock is not the Indians' friend right now. They've not been able to muster up anything to get in the end zone, and Northeastern's been doing nothing up to chewing up the clock. And just like that, another play, but nice stop by an Indian there. Didn't see the number, was it Kalp? Looks like Kalper might have been on that play. We haven't called, that's the first time, if it was Elijah, that's the first time we've called Kalper's name tonight. It'll be 3rd and 9. So the bad thing that's not working for the Indians is the clock. Cantu on the stop.
9 for the Knights.
So if you're Indians, you got to get some kind of stop, and that's just what you need. It's going to be a nice stop by the Indians. They're not getting any daylight. So was that Isaacs on the call? Can't see if that was Isaacs or number 30, Mikes. I think Isaacs had the ball. And they've been able to keep him in check. That might have been Mike, so I'm seeing 30 or 20. The old man's eyes just don't work like they used to, and they're on the other end of the zone. So we're going to give that one to Mike. So Tudor's deep in his own end zone to punt. And he gets a punt in the air and a nice little short punt, but the Indians are going to have great field position on the 35 of Northeastern. So what happened there, ladies and gentlemen, is just Northeastern ate up some clock for 4 downs. So we're down to 1:06, and the Indians have not been able to muster up anything to get them in the end zone. That last drive was their only hope so far in this second half, and it come up short. So here you go. I think you got to put it in the air. You got to put it in the air if you're ready. Give him enough time and see if we can get some patterns going. I'd be expecting Addington on a slant, see what we can do. Here's Reagan from the gun. Reagan backs up, he looks. Pass it down the middle, and, in and out of the hands of a Northeastern Knight. It looks like he was looking for Brennan Wright. And Wright's pulling on his shoulder pad to the ref, trying to say he was held. He might have an argument there. But Union City, incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. Union City's played a turnover-free game tonight. And that's good if you're Hunter Reagan. Had a bad game last week, but Hunter's got to make some connections with some of the receivers if the Indians are going to get back into this game. Indians have been shooting themselves in the foot tonight again. Here's Daniels, tries to get up the middle. And looks like he got about 3 or 4 yards. The Indians find themselves with about a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. And I understand the mix-up of the running and that kind of stuff, but clock's not your friend. You got to start getting in there. You got to have some kind of trick plays or something that can fool the Northeastern night defense to get you guys in the end zone and make this a little bit of a more ball game, because you're going to have 12 minutes coming up, and you got to score at least 18 points while you're preventing the other team from scoring. That's a tall order for the Indians right now. Here's Reagan from the gun. Looks to the left. Scrambles over the right. Here's Reagan. He's looking. He's still scrambling. And incomplete pass. The pass was intended for Brendan Wright, guarded by 2 Northeastern Knights, and Reagan couldn't get enough on that ball. If he'd thrown it a little higher, maybe Wright could have got up and got it. But lucky for the Indians that it was going to go out of bounds, so even if the Northeastern Knights would have grabbed it, I don't think they would have got a foot in bounds to turn the ball over. So smart play by Reagan to keep it over in the sidelines. If his guy's not going to get it, nobody's going to get it. Here's the Indians again. 17 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Reagan from the gun, Clay behind him. He goes a little high snap. Nice slant pass, and did Addington up? Incomplete pass. Looked like Addington was again trying to look to run and didn't secure the ball in. Has a couple words with his quarterback. Obviously the senior is competitive as Addington, so I'm sure he's frustrated. And 1st and 10, Northeastern. Just like that. So 13 seconds left to go in the 3rd. The Indians cannot get into the end zone. They've sniffed it on about the 3-yard line, turned it over on incomplete pass by Clay. It was an excellent play call by Coach Malloy. Really fooled what the defense thought was going to happen, but just out of the extended arms of Clay for an incomplete pass. Turnover on downs. And here we are sitting at 13 seconds left to go, down 18 as the Indians on senior night. Northeastern Knights can smell their first win. And Union City is going to do everything they can to prevent it. We got a timeout in the action here. And going to timeout Northeastern?
Timeout Northeastern.
Okay. Thanks everybody for watching. If you're still watching on Facebook, we've heard from John Schmidt. Appreciate that, John.
Centerville 49, Tri-High 14.
So I really don't know what to tell you guys. What I'm seeing, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm seeing just up here in the press box is just Indians are, again, just shooting themselves in the foot when they get close and just don't have enough oomph to get it in. I'm going to credit, of course, give some credit to the Northeastern Night defense. Statistically, going into this game, they weren't too impressive on paper, but they're able to stop the Indians tonight and prevent them from getting in the end zone for the first 3 quarters. This Tri-Eastern Conference match. Northeastern on another rebuild. They're a pretty young team. Talking to Joel Branningham from WKBV. They're over in Richmond doing the game on AM radio. And sounds like Northeastern's in the process of build. Just a couple 2 or 3 years, Northeastern was a very strong football team. And that's what Union City is going to have to do next year. As we mentioned earlier, that they're losing almost a dozen seniors. So it's going to be a big rebuild. So hopefully Coach Malloy will get these kids get them in shape next fall and see what kind of season we're going to have. But we still got some games left, and we got the playoffs and all that stuff.
You guys are really the worst thing. I hate being up really high.
And I believe in a couple weeks we're going to be playing Centerville, and that's going to be a tall order too for the Indians. And that'll be our homecoming. Tell you what, senior night's usually the last one and homecoming, but with this pandemic world, ladies and gentlemen, everything gets flipped around. We're trying to do the best we can for the kids. All the schools are. And it's just been an interesting day in history that we're living in, and I wish the best for these kids. But it's got to be rough if you're a high school athlete to have to go through these kind of constant changes and games rescheduling and trying to make a season out of each of these young men in football. And hopefully, we talked earlier about the basketball teams. Hopefully, we can have a good full basketball season coming up at the end of football season, and we can continue to watch these kids compete. And here's Northeastern as they, if you're Northeastern, all you need to do is just put the ball on the ground, run the clock. Because right now, I think the biggest opponent that the Indians have right now is indeed the clock for the next 12 minutes, and that is the end of third quarter. And the Indians come back to the sidelines to talk it over, finding themselves down 3 touchdowns, 18-0.
Northeastern 18, Union City 0.
12 minutes to go, and that's it. Going to be it for all these seniors. Senior night. Their last chance to get their shots in against these Northeastern Knights. Tariquez, Cowper, Armentrout, Clay, Jeffries, Likens, Addington, all their last game as a Union City Indian.
The department would like to thank Industrial, Commercial, Residential, Freeway Electric Incorporated, also Comfort.
So the Indians are going to come on the other end all the way down, and let's see what they can do. At least they got to get something on the board to at least not end your senior night as a shutout, but Northeastern's going to do everything they can to spoil that.
Also, again, we'd like to thank,
and interestingly enough, we haven't called Terrell's number yet. They come out second half. It's been behind center has been Ashton Martin.
Founded by UC alum Rob Likens.
Benavides, another senior. Tariquez, you mentioned him.
Founded the company in 1999. The company continues to grow.
And of course, Hunter Reagan, the quarterback for the last 3 or 4 years for the Indians in his last senior night.
To alternative fuel conversions, custom modifications, and law enforcement vehicle upfits.
I just don't like being a part.
Again, we thank Eco Vehicle Systems for sponsoring tonight's game.
It's fine, I'm good. I'll be good.
So here we go. Daniel's still under center. Here comes Daniel's pitch off to number 4. And number 4 being Trace Ferris.
Trace Ferris on the carry. Stopped by Holland Egliano.
So we're underway in the 4th as the clock winds down. Northeastern still, I think, pretty much for most of the game, ladies and gentlemen, Northeastern has had most of the time of possession. Couple of miscues on the Indians is definitely that opening onside kick. Didn't really amount to anything, but it's got to be a backbreaker because it caught the Indians asleep. Easily went 10 yards, and as I was watching it, there wasn't an Indian anywhere within 5 yards after that. So, but luckily, the Northeastern didn't turn that into anything, but just eating up the clock. And here they are again as they give it to, trying to look out there, is that Isaacs this time.
On the carry.
So Terrell still looks like he's on the sideline, so I don't know what's going on. Actually, I see a number 11 over there with no jersey on or no shoulder pads on or anything. It looks like he's not even suited up, so I wonder what happened at halftime with that young man. As I see number 11 clear over here on the other side, and he is in street clothes, as they would say. Excuse me, Terrell's number 7. That's my mistake, ladies and gentlemen. But I haven't seen him, haven't called his name at all. Here's a punt by Northeastern. Daniel's back. And nice punt. So Blaine Daniels, or Blaniels, whatever you want to call it. He stays away from it, and Northeastern will down it. And Union City's going to take over as Reagan brings his crew out. And they got, looks like they got about 53 yards to go before they can put it in the end zone, and that's something they haven't seen tonight at all. And I know if you're a senior, you want to get something on the board to salvage what you can of your senior night. Anything can happen, turnover can happen. There's been no turnovers tonight, I believe, as well. No interceptions and no fumbles. So a pretty clean game there, but it's been pretty much on the ground if you're the Northeastern Knights. They haven't thrown a lot of passes. Conversely, Reagan's mixed it up a little bit. Here he is from the gun. Clay on the left. Reagan goes back, looks left. And, in and out of the hands of Addington. He'd like to have that one back because I think Addington getting caught on the run, I think he wouldn't have been caught.
Addington.
Being pursued by Garrett Tudor, but if that would have laid down in his hands, Addington had a stride, and I think he would have been on in. So another tough break for the Indians there, because that clearly should have been caught, and I'm sure the senior is going to be frustrated when he gets back to this huddle. Likens comes off. And here's Reagan, but you got to connect. 2nd and 10. Make it third manageable. Get a little bit here. Here's Reagan. Looks to the left. Nice fake. And, oh, nice setup by screen. Here's Clay. Clay gets around the corner. Clay's keep going. And Clay moves the sticks. Great play calling by Coach Malloy. An excellent execution of that fake. And spin the other way to Clay by Hunter Reagan.
First down.
So that's a high point there. If the Indians have had some couple really good plays, Daniels with a few, and clearly that was an excellent execution by Clay and Hunter Reagan. Moving the sticks.
For the night.
Clock's still going to start running here again, 10:06. Curious as to why the clock's not running, actually. All right, here's Reagan from the gun. Gives it to Daniels. Daniels tries to go around the right side, spins around. It looks like Daniels is going to gain about 5 or 6 on that one. Give him 7. It'll be a 2nd and 3. So the Indians just trying to save face here as Likens hobbles off a little bit.
For the Indians.
Coming to the sidelines there.
Isaacs on the stop for the Knights.
Got to get something on the board if you're the Indians. You don't want to remember your senior night as a goose egg, so they're going to do everything they can. Right now they're on the Northeastern 33. Here's Reagan. Drop back. Underdress. Here he goes, being chased by the Knights. Runs out of bounds. Smart play by Reagan. Reagan last week would have tried to put that in the air, but very smart, experienced play by the senior and running it out of bounds, trying to get something out of nothing. Now the Indians are finding themselves at about a 3rd and 9. Indians, very few penalties on the Indians. Been a lot of penalties on Northeastern night, and they've been illegal procedure penalties. I think the Indians have been flagged for 1 or 2. Other than that, it's been a pretty clean game in that respect as well. Again, as he said, no turnovers by either team. Here's Reagan under center, in the eye. Pitch to Daniels. Daniels going around the left end, trying to sweep around. Oh, nice face guard. Again, nice straight arm by Daniels.
Daniels on the carry.
Excellent stiff arm by Daniels. Of course, he's a state class wrestler, so he's going to be pretty strong. But I tell you, number 21, and I don't have him on a roster. Oh, there we go, Isaac Martin. Wonder if it's Ashton's brother. That's probably a pretty good guess, but he tried to get Daniels down, and Daniels would have nothing of it and give him a big stiff arm and sent Martin to the ground. Here's Reagan from the shotgun. Reagan spins around again. Nice fake. Reagan's going to put one up in the air, and there could be an interference or a little run into, maybe incidental contact. And that's 4th, and that's not going to happen now. It looks like they're going to turn it over on downs. 1st and 10, Northeastern Knights. Another attempt at moving the ball by the Indians comes up short. Northeastern will take it over on downs.
Northeastern will take over 1st and 10 on their own 37-yard line.
I'll be fine. I'll tough it out. I might get up here.
And Northeastern pushed back. That's some good play there by the Indians. It's some glimmer of hope there as they defense makes a nice stand.
Alex Mixell on the carry. Stopped by
So Northeastern, all you want to do if you're the Knights is just keep it on the ground. 8:49 left to go, and Union City hasn't been able to put it in the end zone. They've gotten close on the 3-yard line a little bit earlier in the previous quarter in the 3rd, but other than that, it's been all Northeastern Knights tonight. And again, Martin's going to take the snap. Again, don't know why Terrell's not in the game. That's interesting. Like to know what's going on there because he had such a great half leading the team down. I guess maybe they just give it to Martin and let him run the offense. Isaacs, of course, is out there. Mike's still out there. And the young man Isaacs got to be tired. He's had a great game tonight, has Isaacs, for the Northeastern Knights in this game. Yeah, they're not in a hurry. If you're the Northeastern Knights and you're Martin, you want to get that play clock as close to 0 as you can. Here's Martin. He's going to take it himself. Sees an opening. Off the right side, continue to go. He's churning out some yardage. And a gain of about 8. We're going to call it 4th and about 3. Now we'll call it 4th and 5. So I guess, you know, here comes, it looks like the punt team's going to come in. Why not? You're Northeastern. There's no sense of trying to make a mistake and turn the ball over on a fumble or something like that in the field position. So it is a field position game, so why not? Tudor will come out to punt. Back deep is Daniels. Tudor's on the 34. Here's the snap. Nice motion. And they're going to take their time, and they finally gets it in the air. And Daniels probably going to get away with it, get away from it. And the Indians are going to try it again. They're going to be on their own 22-yard line as they're going to try to make up something, get something on the scoreboard. And let's see what Coach Malloy and Hunter Reagan, your senior quarterback, and the rest of the seniors, let's see what they can do to save some face here tonight, because it's been all Northeastern night in this game. And Northeastern has been looking for their first win of the season, coming in at 0-4. Union City sitting on 1-3 and about to go 1-4. Got a feel for these seniors on both ends, especially for the Indians. Here's Reagan, gives to Clay. Clay, the senior, finds an opening. Ooh, gets tackled around the neck. Good tackle though. It was a good tackle. Looked like Hunter's head got a little taken off, but that was a clean play. Be 2nd and 5.
2nd down and 6 for the Indians.
And we got Daniels in the slot on the right as the Indians come out. Addington's going to be far wide right. And Jacob Jeffries in the slot as well. We got Trips on the right. Here's Reagan. Reagan's looking to the right. He's scrambling over to the right. He's looking for his receiver. And he's caught. The pass is complete for about a 3-yard gain. Who caught? Is that Clay? No, excuse me, Jeffries, the senior. First time we called Jacob Jeffries' names on an offensive play. So good catch by Jacob Jeffries, the senior. Gets it in 3rd and manageable, about a 3rd and, what we got, 3? 3rd and 2. No, we're going to call it 3rd and 1. That'll work.
Brings up a 3rd down and 1.
So 5:57 left to go. Unless something miraculously happens, the Indians are going to just do the best they can to at least get in the end zone.
No, it's just.
Nice fake off, and here comes Clay around the right side. Clay's fighting and gets 1st down and more. So great. That looks like about a gain of about 7 yards by the senior Hunter Clay.
Trayden York on the stop for the Knights.
Jacob Jeffries brings into play to the senior Reagan. As the clock continues to run. Union City has got to do something. There's got to be something in the playbook that Northeastern hasn't seen on tape and are not expecting. Here's Reagan from the gun. Reagan takes a drop back, throws it down the middle. There's a flag on the play. Pass is complete, but let's see what the call is.
Pass is complete.
Might have been an interference call or something over here on the left-hand side, because that's where away from the play, possibly holding on the defense. Let's see what the ref's call is.
Pass was caught by Jacob Jeffries.
Here's the call. As the ref will turn on his mic. No, having troubles with the mic again. It's a new PA system set up by the athletic department. We're having a little hiccups there. Looks like a holding on Northeastern. That's been their Achilles heel tonight, as that's about the 6th or 7th holding call on the Knights. But no really big deal, because the Indians have done nothing to threaten the Knights other than that one call down on the 3. Or,
on the defense.
there we go.
Yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Other than that one play that put them down on the 3, but the Indians could not convert, and they lose it on downs. Northeastern Knights was able to stop the Indians 4 straight times inside the 5. Now they find themselves on their own 48. And they're moving it, so they will go past midfield.
Correction.
And the Indians it's going to move the sticks. It's going to give them a first down.
Penalty and a first down.
So here we go. Reagan from the gun, Clay on his left. Reagan takes a deep drop back, looking the screen pass into Clay. Clay's got some room. Clay's going to go, cuts up the middle. Clay keeps going, fighting. Clay's keep going. They're not going to get him. Is he going to get in? The Indians trying to get it. Oh, and what a great saving tackle by Mikesell, number 30, bringing Clay down at the 1. Great defense there by Mikesell, be able to bring Clay down. And Clay's got to be tired coming back to the huddle, a little bit hobbled there. Looks like he's grabbing his left calf. Don't know if that's a cramp or not. The way he was tackled, it might have been pulling a muscle there on the right side. And you got to have Hunter Clay in this lineup because he's a very important part of the team. He'll stay out there. 1st and goal. Let's see if the Indians can punch it in with 4:54 left to go. Northeastern, see if they can make another stand against the Indians on this end. Here's Reagan giving it to Clay. Clay wills himself in. There's a flag thrown. That's a touchdown, but let's see what the flag is. Right in the action of Hunter, are they waving it off? The Indians are indicated it's on them. Illegal shift, maybe? They're calling it a 6 points. Okay, again, the mic's cutting out, ladies and gentlemen. We apologize. No. Get the mic live. Let's see what the call is.
5-yard face mask on the defense. Touchdown is good.
Okay. Face
Touchdown.
mask on the defense. So there you go. Clay, the senior, finally puts one in for the Indians and gets the goose egg to a 6. Still some reason to smile here as they do get it put in the end zone. And Daniels are going to look for the point after here. The hold by Alex Spence. He's a freshman. Here's Daniels, puts it up, and it's a beautiful kick there. That's the Daniels leg we like to see. So there you go, 18-7 with 4:51. You got to think Union City's going to come out and try their own onside kick. But at least they're off the schneid there at 18-7. So I'm glad for the seniors there to be able to put out. And I'll tell you, we've talked about Cowper. Cowper's just not, he looks like he's tired. I don't know what's going on. We haven't called his name tonight. And he just looks like he's just, there must be something wrong with Elijah Cowper because he's just looks like he's winded and just lost all energy. So I don't know if he's recovering from some kind of illness or something, but just untypical of Cowper. And he's one of the biggest guys on the team. So I haven't called his name tonight. So I'm about to find out tomorrow what's going on with young Elijah because he's definitely a lot of space eaten up in that defensive line, and they've had their way with the defensive line tonight, have the Northeastern Knights running Isaac up the middle, just chewing up chunks of yards tonight. But hats off to these seniors who many of them have played this game since the 6th, 7th grade and before. They played many of these games together, and this is their last senior night together as a Union City Indian. Reagan, Benavidez, Cantu, Armentrout, Tariquez, all these seniors. Clay, playing in their last game as the Union City Indians on senior night. And here's the onside kick is Daniels, and they recover it well. Does Northeastern. And Northeastern will take over right there on their own 40. Be 1st and 10 going the other way with 4:51 left to go. Indians down 18-7, but at least they got on the board for the senior night. Now just think what kind of a game this could be, ladies and gentlemen, if they would have been able to put it in the 3rd quarter when they were down on the goal line. This could be a one possession game. unless something happens miraculously, they commit a turnover, excuse me, and I can't see Northeastern doing that. Okay, who's behind center this time? We still have, okay, we got Isaacs out there and Martin from the gun. Still don't know what's going on with Terrell. He started and played the whole first half. Now Isaacs and Martin are taking over in the backfield. Oh, nice stop by the Indians. For the first time, Brennan Wright got in there and stopped Isaacs for about a 5-yard loss. Credit Isaacs, though. That young man has to be tired himself. He's been running his legs off all night. Mikesell comes in.
Second down and 14.
Tudor split off clear wide to the left unless he's bringing in the play, as they're both looking to all the players are looking to the sideline to see what kind of play it is. 18 to go on the play clock, and Northeastern's not in any kind of hurry. Just let that clock wind down. You got to wonder if Malloy's going to try to call a timeout or he's going to go ahead and concede and let the Indians play. Okay, again, Isaacs finally stopped the second time. We get a turnover and the first fumble of the night. There you go. Boy, just think of what I just said. The Indians will take over. They picked up the fumble. It'll be first down Indians with 4:02 left to go. There's some glimmer of hope. And as I just mentioned before that down, what kind of a game this would be had the Indians been able to punch it in from the goal line in that third quarter. This could be a much more exciting game, but it's not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. We still have 4:02. And Reagan comes out with the play and brings the offense out into the field. And Union City, you'd expect them to do some clock management. With 4:02, you want to keep it. You want to maybe do some plays directed to go to the sidelines to stop that clock. And I'm sure that's what the coaching staff's mulling over, because you run something up the middle. Union City Indians still have 3 timeouts, but you want to play the sidelines as best you can. Little short outs, hit a receiver out of bounds, and meticulously get down the field and save as much clock as you can. Hopefully, get an onside kick or another turnover like this, and this could be a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Hunter Reagan with Clay on his right. Trips to the right. Reagan's going to take himself, then he finally looks at it, gives over to Daniels. Daniels dives out of bounds, but not after gaining about 6 yards.
Pass complete to Blaine Daniels. Second down and 4.
So here come the Indians again. Addington split far left. Daniels in the slot. Eli Moore on the right side. Clay behind Reagan. Here's Reagan from the gun. Motion by Moore. Moore takes the pitch. Moore goes around the left side. Turns on the speed. Moore turns on the afterburners. Still going. Moore still on his feet. He loses the ball. Oh, just like that, the Indians turn the ball back over to the Northeastern Knights.
Number 10, Elijah Moore on the carry.
Moore fumbles it.
Was a fumble
On the
play.
about the 12-yard line, and Northeastern's going to take over with 3:46 left to go. Definitely not what the Indians needed. What a heartbreaking play.
Northeastern.
Eli Moore's trying to stay on his feet, trying to make something out of nothing, and he coughs up the ball, and Northeastern lands on it. And just like that, any hope for the Indians on that drive is just squashed by that fumble recovery by the Northeastern Knights. So Northeastern just continue to eat up the clock. Not in any kind of hurry. I think just play your game, and I don't think the clock's going to be on the Indian side. So here's Martin. Over to 4. And there he goes. And they're not going to get him. He continues to go. They're being chased. They're chasing him. And it's just like that. Number 4 is going to score from all the way in that possession. All the way down. There's 6 points there by number 4, Trace Ferris. Wow.
On the carry.
So just like that, the first play after a turnover, they run 80 yards for a touchdown, does Ferris.
I knew that fumble was the end of us.
87 yards, is that the official call? Okay. Just like that, got around, got through the Indians' defense, and they punched it in. Now 3:30 left to go, 24-7. What a run by the Northeastern Knights' Ferris. Turned on the afterburners, and he was gone.
I knew that fumble was the end of us.
Yeah, 3:31, 24-7. I think you can start warming up the bus if you're Northeastern. What a bad break for the Indians on that play. So here's Martin for the 2-point conversion. And he backs up, fakes, and nope, incomplete. So they haven't been able to score on a point after attempt on their touchdowns, but they have been managed to put it in 4 times in the end zone now.
Incomplete with 3 minutes, 31 seconds.
So there you go, 24-7.
Northeastern 24.
And Union City will receive the kickoff. Great run by Ferris of an 87-yard scamper after the fumble by Eli Moore. The very first play, the Northeastern Knights put a dagger in the heart of the Indians. So it looks like Northeastern's going to go on to get their first victory of the season. They'll be at a mark of 1-4. Union City will drop another one, and their mark will also be, I believe, 1-4. The lone victory from the Hagerstown Tigers, and that was a good game for the Indians, but the next 2 games were at home, and they came up short last weekend against Knightstown, and it looks like they're going to go into the locker room on the short end of the stick, 24-7 right now, 3:30 left to go. This could be where the score is. See what the Indians can do. Try to save some face, run some offense, and maybe try to get it to some of your seniors.
Daniels and Addington are deep for the Indians.
And here's the kick. This one's going to be deep this time. Addington gets it on the run. Here comes Gabe. Gabe looks up the middle, trying to scamper through. Got a crowd, and he's upended by a couple of Knights there, and Addington will be brought down on the 37-yard line, and that's where the Indians will take over. A little scrum going on. And there's a flag thrown. Let's see who that's going to be called. Probably unsportsmanlike. You get a little frustration going on. And might get little cheap shots here and there out of frustration. They're talking to the Northeastern Knights, so it must be on the Indians. I'm going to guess is a unsportsmanlike or a late hit. Let's see what we got. And they're talking to the Indian captain as well. Reagan's talking to the officials. And they're going to call it against the Indians. Well, they're going to march that 15 yards back. So once again, Indians are beating themselves again tonight. So here we go. We march it back, and Union City finds themselves in a deeper hole now. Clear back on their own 24-yard line. And pretty much all the boys hope we can play.
Dead ball. Personal foul on the return team. 15-yard penalty. First down.
I didn't see who that was on or anything, but that was a late flag, so that's going to cost the Indians 15. And just want to play your offense. My only hope is that all the young men on the field aren't going to do anything to get injured. This game's pretty much all but over. Just run your offense, try to get something on the board, but try to play a safe, clean game so you don't want to injure any knees or any ankles or anything. There's still some football to play, and some of these athletes are multi-sport athletes, so you don't want to do anything stupid when the game's pretty much all but said and done. Just play a good, clean game, have fun, and we'll chalk this up as this is your memory of the senior night. A loss to the Northeastern Knights with 3:19 left to go is what it's looked like it's going to be. So we got Addington and Daniels once again, partners on the left. Daniels in the slot, twins right. Looks like Moore and Brennan right. Here's Reagan from the gun. Pump fakes, looking to pass it into Clay. Nice little sneak in. Snow. Here comes Clay again. Boy, Clay having a great second half as the young senior. And Clay will move the sticks. And I'm sure if you're a senior, you want that ball as much as you can. I don't think Clay's tired now. I think adrenaline's taking over, and they're going to do the best they can. Here's Reagan. They're trying to hurry up. Reagan's got some time and almost picked off, intended for Gabe Addington, but number 21 of the Northeastern Knights steps in front of Addington and could have picked that off, but luckily Hunter put enough on it that it was a little too hard and in and out of the hands of number 21. I'm looking for him on the roster, and I don't see him, so there we go, Isaac Martin.
Second and 10 for the Indians.
Second and 10 with 3 minutes left to go. I'll tell you what, this last couple minutes seems like an eternity now. It seems like I've been saying it's 3 minutes for a while. Here's Reagan in the gun. Twins left and twins right. pitches to Clay. Clay goes over on the right side in, sees some daylight. Oh, and he slips and falls.
Hunter Clay
Gains a couple on that one.
carry, gain of about 3.
2:51 left to go.
DeGrasse on the stop.
So, again,
Hunter Reagan's pass.
Reagan throws a pass to Addington. It's caught. So the Indians are starting to look a little better on the offense, but a little too much too late. They're trying to work against the clock. 2:38, it'll start when they're set. Here's Reagan again.
Josh Johnson on the
Need to work
stop.
sidelines. Reagan, somebody sneaks in, but Reagan gets away from him. Nice pass by Reagan to, looks like Likens. Is that number 12? Yep, Lucas Likens picks it up.
Lucas Likens, 2nd and 5.
Indians are rushing to the line, trying to get something in. 2:17 and counting. Here's Reagan again. Young men have to be tired. Nice pass by Reagan, and it's picked off. Could have had Addington. Addington wasn't looking, and here comes the Knights back. And number 33 with the pickoff, Garrett Tudor. He's had a good evening as well.
33, Garrett
And Hunter Reagan throws his first pass of the evening.
on the play.
There is a flag, but after the possessions change, so it will still remain Northeastern Knights. But Reagan had a lot. That's one of the best passes I've seen Reagan throw, but Addington wasn't looking for it. Tudor stepped right in and grabbed it. See what the play is going to call here. Here what they're calling it.
It's literally not possible.
See what the ref says as he turns on.
Dude, it took us 3
Yep, turn it on.
quarters just to get 1 touchdown. I think we're going to get like 3 more in a matter of 2 minutes.
Unsportsmanlike against Northeastern. Unsportsmanlike against Indians too. So penalties will offset, and we'll get back to action here on about a first and 10, 1st and 8. So again, towards the end of the evenings, frustrations are starting to rear their ugly heads here, and kids are getting a little chippy with each other towards the end of the game. Understandably, the senior, you got to be frustrated at your performance of the Indians tonight. Just the defense just could not stop Isaacs on the ground. A couple key plays, a lot of yardage gained by that young man. And, of course, the turnover by Eli Moore down here when he fumbled. And then subsequently after that, the very next play, Trace Ferris runs at 87 yards for the Knights into the end zone. And that's pretty much what broke the Indians' back. So 2:07 left to go. And here's Martin. Isaacs behind him. They're just going to run out the clock. Gives to Isaacs. He goes off left tackle, and there he goes. Goes Isaacs, more yardage. There he goes. Nobody's going to get him. Are they going to get to him? Addington's taking an angle. He's still on his feet. He looks like about a 40-yard run there down inside the red zone, down to the Indian 10 is Isaacs, easily over 100 yards. So we're going to 35, 40 yards by Isaacs there, and Northeastern looking to add more on the board.
Gabe Addington and Lucas Likens on the stop.
Really not running up the clock. You're just running your offense, and the Indians can't stop them, so you continue to run down the ball. So let's just see, 140 left to go. I don't know the official stats, but I wouldn't doubt if Mr. Isaacs has over 150 yards on the ground tonight. So if you're Northeastern, not in any kind of hurry, so you let it run all the way down, then you call a timeout. Very smart play called by Coach Oler.
We have a
Final score to report in the Tri-Eastern Conference. Union County 25, Winchester 22.
So PA announcer Rick Lacey just announced that Union County did get the better of Winchester. So it sounded like that game was a pretty good one, hearing the score back and forth there. So congratulations to Union County there. And we have 1:27 left to go. Tough night for the Union City Indians on senior night. They'll bounce back. But the young men fought hard, but just too much Isaacs on the ground for the Knights, for the Indians. And we saw a nice, nice set of offensive ground, nice sense of offensive downs by the Indians there on that last touchdown. Clay taking them all the way down. The Indians look good, but they just too little, too late. And, of course, the backbreaker is just taking it all the way down there to Isaacs, and now they're threatening to put it in again inside the 10. So we'll see if they just decide to – they really don't need to put it in. I think they got enough they can just sit on it and let the clock run out. Oh, and there's a flag. Union City jumped. So that'll be 5 more. So, oh, they're calling, encroachment. Offsides by Union City. So they're going to go 5 more yards, and that's going to put them inside what looks like about the 5, maybe the 3-yard line. 2-yard line. So 1st and goal. 1:27 left to go. And let's see, we got a guy sitting back, so let's see if they do the victory formation just down it. Yep, that's what they're going to do. I tell you what, hats off to Coach Aller. They're going to be good sportsmen about it. They're not going to try to put it in the end zone. They're just going to let the clock run. So great call by the Northeastern Knights coaching staff to do what they did there and not try to punch it in the end zone. The game is already over. We know that. So don't want to put salt in the wounds or anything like that. So great sportsmanship by the Northeastern Knights coaching staff to just go ahead in the victory formation, down it. And they're going to go home back to Northeastern outside of Fountain City with a victory. 24-7 is going to be your score, ladies and gentlemen. As the rest is just pretty much academic from here. 48 seconds, 47. They're going to down it again. Nicely done. So hats off to the seniors, to the Union City seniors and the Northeastern Knights seniors, because this is their last game too against the Indians. So they came into Union City. They took care of business pretty much on the shoulders of Isaacs. And hats off to both teams as Northeastern will celebrate.
Again, we want to remind everybody that upon
let me mute that. Northeastern will celebrate their first victory of the season. They go to 1-4. Union City will drop their 2nd in a row, and that will leave them at a mark at 1-4 as well. And good Tri-Eastern Conference matchup tonight. My name is Brian Merrill on behalf of Phil Williams and Jordan Walzer, my man Ironman Walls. We got Austin Helm up there, Aaron Penny doing a game for the first time, as well as who am I forgetting? Christian Cordona, the senior. How could I forget him? That's our crew tonight. Again, thanks everybody for listening. Keep tuning in to KISS TV and follow our Facebook page, and we'll keep you updates. And we'll be right back here. I think the next game will be homecoming here in a couple weeks. Indians on the road. Who they play escapes me right now. I'm just watching the young man out here. Great line of sportsmanship. Kind of doing a little social distancing there. Got embraced by Coach Oler and Coach Malloy there, but the players keep about 20 yards from each other, kind of acknowledging each other like a good game instead of the ceremonial shaking of hands. And that's your score, 24-7. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Everybody have a safe weekend. Stay healthy, stay away, stay safe. And we'll be right back here as soon as, before you know it. Have a good evening. Good night.
You guys are lucky it doesn't take long for you guys to play games. This takes a long time. Like all these chords.